The software content and complexity in modern electronics has been increasing on a logarithmic scale when compared with the electronics design complexity. It is a well-acknowledged fact that while semiconductor hardware has steadily followed the Moore's law, the software component for same electronics has outgrown by multiples. Over the years, the system-on-chip business has evolved into a large-scale silicon IP integration to meet the new application domain needs. Time to market and meeting the business costs are also contributing factors for this evolution of system-on-chip business. In the recent times, the silicon IP complexity has grown considerably and now includes a fair amount of software as a part of the IP subsystem. The system-on-chip design firms are beginning to expect their silicon IP vendors to provide or bundle the software components as a part of the IP delivery chain. When the silicon is delivered to platform vendors, various operating systems come into play along with the application software and middleware. Bare metal validation drivers are one such form of software that every platform vendor has to develop or get from the silicon vendor. Over the course of its shelf life, a system on chip ends up in different operating systems environment. This means that the embedded software components, mainly both support package and device drivers, have to be either ported or developed for new operating system. In a sense, there is always a substantial effort and cost associated with the delivery of embedded software that goes with the silicon IP, system on chip, and platforms at different phases of product rollout. Today, most of the effort is being handled by skilled and experienced engineering teams, which means increased engineering effort, cost, and time. There is a need for a new class of tools and technology that can effectively address this problem. Vayavya's patented technology of hardware-software interface specification capture and software automation tools help bridge the gap of automating the critical piece of embedded software. The hardware-software interface specification captured early in system-on-chip design stage can either be embedded or stored on a cloud for every IP and system-on-chip. These specifications, along with environment specification at various design flow phases, are input to Vayavya's tools to automate important software components like test bench, test cases, and device drivers. This enables the design teams to efficiently collaborate on changes in IP and/or environments in a flow and use automation tools to quickly get a newer version of software or test cases or test framework, thereby optimizing the cost, effort, and time for product rollout. Vayavya visualizes a scenario where the hardware-software interface specifications drive to be an industry standard and proliferate into every silicon IP, thereby making its way into every system-on-chip design across the industry domain. The specifications could either be embedded as part of silicon IP or can be hosted on a public or private cloud. Vayavya's tools can now enable the SoC design teams to automate the delivery of software components like validation, verification, test cases and test infrastructure, bare metal drivers, and both support packages. Further, software and system design teams can also get reference and production quality device drivers using Vayavya's automation technology.